Ready to get started healing on those dungeons and you're not really sure where to start? Don't worry, I got you covered. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Teddy, and today we're going to be taking a look at the level 50 dungeon starting off with the Death's Abyss. But instead of focusing on the normal fight, we're going to be taking a look at the healer role. If you guys want to see a guide on my build, let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, turn on all those notifications, leave a like, and without wasting any more time, let's just jump into Death's Abyss. Starting off, you can either do this with a random group or you can do this with your guild, doesn't matter. Preferably, if you guys have a guild, it makes it easier when you're on voice chat. Clearing out the trash in this dungeon is extremely straightforward with just having to heal everyone and making sure no one dies. DPS and the tanks will have to pay attention, so just make sure you keep everyone healed and it should go smoothly. After a while, you will reach up to your first boss, which is going to be Shadowmancer. Starting off the fight, she will spawn black circles on the ground. This is what we like to call the stupid. You never want to stand in this right here. After a while, it will explode and cause damage, which will force you to have to heal. Running out and continuing to damage her, the fight will continue until she screams out, "I will end your life." At this point, random players will be put up into the air where they will get extremely damaged, and the DPS or the tank will have to CC the boss in order to get you down. If anyone does take damage, be prepared for big heals. The fight will continue like this until you eventually take her down. Once you take her down, it's on to the next boss. Before you even get started with the next boss, however, the group will have to clear out the room, so make sure you heal, but save all your big heals and any cooldowns for the mini-boss. The Riot Captain mini-boss can be done in two different ways. We're going to take a look at the first method, using the normal mechanics. The fight is pretty simple with him letting out a charged blast. If the tank has the Riot Captain turned, it shouldn't hit the team, and just make sure you heal anyone that is hit. After a while, he will screams impossible. The DPS will have to shatter the shield. If the shield is not shattered, it can one-shot the whole entire party. When the Riot Captain screams die, the tank will have to CC, and the Riot Captain will be turned into stone where you will have to wait until you can start your DPS again. Once you're able to start DPS, the fight will continue like normal, and you just have to burn him down while making sure to heal everyone, while making sure to avoid his blast from the sword. This will continue until you finally kill the boss, and then it's on to the last boss in the dungeon. The second method is a little trickier and can be a little risky with the tank pulling the Riot Captain into the gate here. Remember to avoid any of his sword blast. If the Riot Captain is not turned around, there should be enough time to avoid it, but just in case, be sure to avoid this. If your team did get hit, use your big AoE heals and save single heals for the tank. When he screams impossible, the whole team will run minus the tank. Make sure to run behind the statue all the way towards this gate here because the explosion radius is huge and can inflict a huge amount of damage. All you have to do is run back, throw big heals onto the tank, rinse, lather, and repeat. If anyone is caught in the blast, avoid extra heals until you do have everyone grouped up to do big heals, and after a while, the boss will go down and it's on to the main boss. The main boss is more of an IQ check, meaning you have to understand the mechanics, and if you can understand the mechanics, the fight is going to be extremely easy, even if someone dies. Within the first couple seconds of the fight with Karnix, he will teleport behind the furthest ranged DPS to do a cleave. Be sure to avoid this or it will inflict huge amounts of damage. He will teleport right back to the tank, do another cleave, and then continue the fight. When Karnix screams out, "Chase them to the ends of the abyss," he will summon 3 skulls that will appear over the top of 3 randomly selected players. This has blades that will chase the players around. It's easier to take the blades on the outside of the room while everyone stays on the inside that doesn't have a skull. If you're not fast enough, you can be killed by the blades. During the end of the blade phase, black circle will appear on a randomly selected player. Everyone has to group up on the circle, so make sure to pay attention. Most groups will have a designated area, like with my guild. We like to stick everyone in the center so that no one is running around like a headless chicken, and it makes it easier to bring the circle over to everyone that's just standing there. Every group does it differently, so I suggest asking your group how they want to do it. Now, after the AoE, Karnix will do 2 attacks. The first swipe is a normal attack. The second swipe has to be blocked or it will inflict a fear and massive damage. Simply just block through this. The fight will continue like normal and the phases will keep repeating. Sometimes the server will get bugged, so make sure you keep your stamina for a second block. And try not to use your stamina when running from the blades. It can be a little bit difficult healing everyone and yourself while still running from the blades, but save all of your big heals for when everyone's in the circle, pop them, and wait for the block. After a while, you should be able to complete the dungeon and get your epic loot. Just try to remember, this is an IQ check and you have to pay attention to the game mechanics. If you understand how the mechanics work, choosing the fight should be easy. I hope this helps you get started healing in Death's Abyss or just any of your group content. Now, I know this is not going to be the most expert guide and my gear is not the most maxed out purple, but Death's Abyss is more of an IQ fight, and once you understand the mechanics, healing through everything, DPSing, or even tanking should be a breeze, at least for this dungeon. If you guys want to see more Throne of Liberty content, be sure to check out the channel and let me know if you guys want to see my class build and healing for all the other dungeons. With all of that out of the way, I've been enjoying Throne of Liberty and I can't wait to get back, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep gathering out there, everyone.